Hey guys, welcome to the Arcade Show. Today we are going to change some suicide batteries in the Capcom CPS2 systems. I got 3 of them to do. Should be a good time, so let's get started. Alright, the first thing we got to do is separate the A and B boards. If you can see, there's 2 boards sandwiched together here. And usually there's metal clips on here. I'll see if I can find one that has metal clips. There'll be metal clips here you would pull off. And then what we got to do is we got to pull these 2 boards apart. Maybe they kind of don't want to come apart, but there we go. This top blue portion is the game ROM. I think it's the B board, I'm not sure. Probably says in there somewhere. And the bottom portion is like the actual, like you would call the console, the logic unit, the computer. Sometimes when I do this, I take this apart and we change these fans out too. We'll check that in testing. Sorry about the poor lighting today. There you go. So we're going to take this, put it on the side. The battery that we need to change is inside this unit here. And on the bottom you have some Torx screws. Right there. So we're going to get our Torx nut driver. Okay. You might ask yourself, why do they call it a suicide battery? It's kind of a, inside here is a static ROM unit that has some encrypted data on it that basically acts as copy protection. And they power that with a battery. And let's see, I think I gotta take that out too. Yeah. If that battery goes dead, then the copy protection is no good, and this will not work. That's why it's called suicide battery. So it basically commits suicide if the battery goes dead. There's also a bolt here we're going to have to take off. That's not it. Big warning label there. Now I heard there is a fix for this. Let's hope I never have to use it. Like if you let it go dead, but oh well. Oops. There we go. There's these little caps on the end here that kind of stick. So you can see there's a lot of wasted space. This is actually the game ROMs for Darkstalkers and the connectors that go to the logic unit. And right here, if you can see it, this is our suicide battery. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a meter on that and see how good it is first. It looks like someone's replaced this, so that's good. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to test this battery for DC voltage. And 3.6 volts, that means this battery is good. Now here comes the tricky part. We have to take this battery off and put a new one on. But we have to do it in a time frame that doesn't let this discharge. So there's a few ways you can do this. I've heard you got about like 15 minutes once you take this off before it kills itself. I don't think it'll take us that long to desolder this and put a new one on, so I've done this before and it has worked. But if you really want to, you can tap another battery that's 3.6 volts into this while you're changing it. If you feel like if it's a very expensive board, you might want to do that. For this game, none of these boards are that expensive. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our new battery, see if you can see it, and we're going to test it with our multimeter just to make sure it's good. I want to go through all this trouble and put a dead battery on there. So we're going to put our leads on there. We got 3.6 volts, so it's a good battery. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we have this thing ready to go, so when we take this off, we can put the other one on real quick. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to tin these two leads on the battery. Got some fresh solder on there. Not burning myself on the other soldering iron. Nice good solder. Another thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you make a note of where the negative and positive sides of the battery are as well. The negative side is towards the outside, so remember that. And then you want to check your battery and make sure that you understand which way this one goes in as well before you take this one off, because we want to do this as quick as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to desolder these. Quickly come over here, pull this battery off. Quickly slide in our replacement battery. Oh. We'll resolder that one into place. And there you go. We'll trim these leads off and put it back together. Okay, there you go. You can see the game is running on the test bench after we change the battery. Everything seems to be working good. So there you go. That's how you change a suicide battery in a Capcom CPS System 2. And thanks for watching.